Hey, you guys, Desmond's here,
And LaCresha.
and welcome back to the channel.
Woo.
And today we are here to discuss episode 5 of season 16 of RuPaul's Drag Race. But before we get into it, I want to remind everyone to like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. We have a new goal of 1,000 subscribers, and we would love to reach it as soon as possible. So for us to achieve that goal, we need you to stop. Go ahead and hit that little red subscribe button. If you want to, hit the bell notification and all them other fun things that you can do to help us grow. Thank you. So, Miss LaCresha, what do we think of the episode overall?
This was like a good but messy
I
episode.
know, like, this was a good episode of Drag Race, okay?
Yes.
I mean, it's just like, we'll talk about it a little bit, but it's just like, and I am conflicted on who went home because I don't agree with her in the bottom, and I definitely don't agree that she lost that lip sync. We'll get into that. We will get into that. But let's go ahead and start this from the beginning. Boop. So this was after Mirage was eliminated, and ooh, everybody was hurt.
Hurt. Feelings was hurt.
Oh my goodness. It's just like wow. And Geneva, she was like, well, we all gotta go home. I'm like, Geneva, girl,
Squeak,
read the
squeak,
room.
squeak,
Read the
squeak,
room,
squeak.
please. Like, yeah, it's a competition. Eventually, somebody's going to have to go home every week. And unfortunately, it was Mirage's time. You just better be lucky she didn't know them words because she was eating you up.
She really
She just didn't know
was.
them words. If she had them words
Really
down, sister,
did.
you'd have been gone.
Okay, especially after that boom, boom, clack.
Baby,
Yes.
that leg to the back of her neck.
Yeah.
And when she found a way to do a heel clack to Dark Lady, I never thought in a million years I would see it. But baby, she hit that car with clack. I was like, ow!
He said, and I lived.
I lived. Like, I've rewatched that lip sync so many times over the past week. And it's just like, damn, girl, if you knew the words. Because she was
Okay.
eating. She was eating.
Breakfast, lunch, and dinner.
And she had a snack.
Oh,
But yeah, it was an emotional moment. They sit down and they congratulate Plasma on getting her win.
which I thought was fair.
Same, I agree with Plasma winning. Now, let's talk about Miss Q here.
It's another Lucy LaDuca situation.
It's not even a Lucy LaDuca situation. And like, I get it. I would be frustrated too if it was 3 weeks in a row. I'm in the top and I'm so close to getting the win each time. Don't get me
Right.
wrong. I would be feeling it too. But at the same time, I'm sitting there and I'm like, well, there's people here who haven't even been in the top. So what's the point of me
Exactly.
complaining?
Exactly.
There's been people who have won. We've had a winner who've never won a challenge, just placed high pretty much the whole season. And it's just like, just breathe, relax, relax.
Because you getting your panties in a twist like real early in the game,
But yeah, these
sis.
are some of the Queen's faces: Tsunamis, Nymphias, Plain. Oh, and make sure. Oh yeah, call her Plain. Don't call her Jane, which I find that weird. I'm like, but if you look at it,
You
with
do you,
people
sis.
with two or multiple names, if it just makes more sense to call you Plain as your first name. But okay, we'll go with Jane. That's what you want. And then I somewhat agreed with what Plain was saying in her confessional about how she was in the top and she wasn't complaining about being there. But at the same time, Plain, you have a win.
Exactly.
That's Q's whole point. She's been in the top, but hasn't got any wins.
Yeah, but the best thing you could do is stay at the top because you're always going to be on somebody's mind.
Yeah, but unfortunately, sometimes you fall. And we saw a big fall today. Big fall.
Mm.
But let's move
'Cause
on
I'm a big
forward. The
girl.
queens come into the workroom the next day. RuPaul comes in, and can we talk about how amazing this suit is?
Hmm.
Freaking amazing. I love this suit. I want one. I want it. And of course, I'm gonna need it, stretched out a little bit because RuPaul's all nice and skinty. I'm not. I'm trying to get there. But yes, I love the suit. So this week we have a mini challenge. They have to create a book, get into quick
Hmm.
drag, and come up with a couple of the information behind the book, all
Yeah,
within 30
couple of quick
minutes.
lines. Ooh.
And here's my thing. Honestly, this could have been a maxi challenge.
Mm.
Like really gave, because they've done similar challenges like this in the past. Like give them a day or so where they have to get their look together. Maybe even do an interview like they did. I think it was season 2 when they did that interview when they were came up with their own book. We could have redid that whole challenge. That would have been a nice little cute callback to season 2.
Mm-hmm.
But hey, we turned it into a mini challenge. They had
Mm.
30 minutes. And we got to saw Mr. Lath here. How you doing, sir? I forget how I started following Lath. I forget. I follow him.
Probably from one of these.
No, this was before Drag Race I was following him.
Mm.
He must have popped up on something. But it was good to see
You
you,
must
sir.
have
Good.
dated somebody.
He popped up somewhere. And I was like, who is this? I'm finna go follow you on your socials. But it was good to see you, sir. So these are the book covers. Plasma and all that plas. It's Megami, not Megami. Time for a Meeting. The Revenge of Cox Distinct. Angry Puss. Banana, the Yellow Pages, which I thought that was really cute. I was like, okay, I get it. The BBL Effect. Throat Goat. A Singer's Guide to an Open Angel. I'm sorry that, oh, she cracked me up. Bubble
Mm.
Up. Vroom Vroom. Memories of a Muse. I'm sorry, Memoirs of a Muse. I don't know where I said memories for. And then Y
Mm.
by Q. This was hilarious. But it really should have just been the letter Y by Q. I think
Mm.
that would have been even funnier. But yeah, this was good. But we find out that the winner is Safira Cristal. Do you agree?
That was funny, yeah.
I agree as well. She was really funny. I was entertained. Are you not entertained? And she won a copy of RuPaul's new book, The House of Hidden Meanings. And I
Mm.
believe a cash tip of like $2,000.
2,000 doll
So,
has.
this week, the Maxi Challenge is Girl Group.
Yes.
They will split into 3 groups and they will all have to do a remix to one of RuPaul's songs. The team captains is Safira Cristal because she won the mini challenge, Plasma
Course.
because she's the winner of last week's challenge, and Geneva Carr because she survived the lip sync last week. So
Okay.
afterwards, we find after they pick their teams, we find out that Safira has Dawn, Morphine, and Q.
Mm-mm.
Plasma chose Amanda, Tsunami, and Plane. And then Geneva Carr chose Maya, Nymphia, and Megami. Their songs are
Mm-hmm.
ASMR Lover, Courage to Love, and Star Baby.
Because you're a star, baby.
So, if you had to choose one of these 3 songs, which song would you want to do?
You know what? I probably still go with ASMR Lover, even though I can't rap that fast.
Listen, you already know which one I want. You make me feel, hey, whisper in my ear. That's what you are,
But you
lover.
are
ASMR, you for
am are
real.
you for real?
I fucking love that wordplay. When ASMR Lover first came out, it came out like a week before the album did last year. That
Mm-hmm.
wordplay of ASMR, you for real.
ASMR.
I'm like, give Rue a Grammy. Give her a Grammy. Like that was just so fun. So yeah, I would want ASMR Lover. But the group I would want to be in, like prior to knowing anything else, I would have wanted to be in Saphira's group.
Mm-hmm.
So I would have ended up with Star Baby, and I think I could do something cute with Star Baby. But like if I were to go in, I would really want ASMR, and it
It's
really
a
hurts
lot
my
lover,
feelings
yes.
because I was hoping ASMR Lover would be like the final remix, at the top 5 or 4, whatever they're gonna do this year.
Mm.
So when I heard it here, I'm like, oh, okay, well, that's fine. I was hoping for
But it
that.
was good. It was so
It
good.
was so good. We're gonna talk about it
It
here in
was
a
so
minute.
good.
So we saw them do their rehearsal, and
Mm.
I didn't get a screenshot from when they were in the workroom getting ready, but
Mm-hmm.
we're gonna talk about it real quick.
Mm.
So
Mm.
Q was upset with Plain Jane because Plain made some comments, after the episode when they were sitting on the couch.
Right.
They're talking about their issues.
Right.
And I forget what she said, but I think she said something on the line, I respect you or whatever, whatever, more than Amanda.
She was like, I respect you, but it doesn't seem like you respect me. And Playing Jane goes, I respect you more than I respect
Amanda.
Amanda.
And I'm glad
And
Amanda said
Amanda
something.
was like, excuse me.
Because that would have been me. I'm like, honey, I wasn't even in this conversation. Why did you bring me in? What is Plain's issue with Amanda?
I think they like each other.
It's just like from the jump, Plain was down Amanda's throat. I'm like, let her breathe.
I think Plain just wants to be down Amanda's throat.
I don't know what it is, honestly, but it's just I'm just sitting there and I'm like, it's giving obsessed by Mariah Carey right now.
Why you so obsessed with me?
That's what it's giving right now, isn't it? Just like and like at least the first episode, everybody was getting it when it came to Plain, but ever since it's been one big group, she's only gone after Amanda to the
I guess
point.
because she thinks Amanda is weak. But at the same time, I'm like, if you like her and you just go down on her one good time, get it out your system.
And my biggest thing is the way that the editing was leading. I'm like, I know we're gonna get a Plain and Amanda lip sync. Like they're
Mm,
gonna end up lip syncing. Usually the big rivals of the season end up lip syncing against each other, and I'm like, yeah,
right.
it's gonna happen. I don't know when, but it's gonna happen. So I do find from a storytelling, like if you got people on your room for storytelling, they dropped the ball here.
They really did.
And if they really, and they could have easily critiqued Plain to where she could have been in the bottom too, and they could have had it here. Honestly, she probably
Mm-hmm.
would have gave Amanda more of a fight than Q did.
Uh-huh.
But I did like Plain's verse, but we're gonna talk about that a little bit later. But yeah, I just wanted to touch on that. It was just weird. Stop it. Well, she has to stop now. But anyway, so let's get to the main stage. We have Mother Rue here.
This Band-Aid dress.
I love this dress. I do. It all works for me. This was correct. I really enjoyed this. I don't care what nobody else says. This was really good. My only issue is the area that's supposed to be like the nude illusion is not
Uh,
RuPaul's nude.
when has it ever been RuPaul's
There's been
nude?
a few times where it's been Rue's nude, and I'm like, okay, that was made for Rue. Which this was probably made for Rue too, but the nude doesn't match Rue's skin tone.
Maybe Ruth's hand in between then.
Who knows? Who knows? But what
In
did you
all
think of this
honesty, what
dress
I
here?
think, I like it. There were a lot of holes, and you could see a lot of stockings, and that was a problem for me. But other than that, it was a really good, nice little bandage esque lame dress.
So this week we were joined by Michelle Visage, our girl T.S. Madison, first time in the judges seat this season. Whoop whoop.
Ooh,
And then
look, T.S. Madison gave me life this whole
she
episode.
always do, and like I can't wait. Her and Law Roach next week. Oh, it's gonna be over. I am gonna be on the ground by the end of it. I am.
Mm.
And then our special guest judges this week, we have Caroline and Anio from Icona Pop. They were fun. I really
Yeah,
enjoyed
were.
them. This is
I
my first
love
time actually hearing them speak because I don't think I've ever watched like an interview or seen them on a red carpet. So it was just like, oh, hi, how y'all doing?
mm,
Let me fix my camera because it's being weird. There we go. Yeah, there we go, better. Um, but yes, so it's good to have them. So let's go over these groups. Up first, we have
mm.
QDSM giving us Star Baby. Up first, we have Morphine Love Dior. What did you think of Morphine here?
Morphine did a really good job. I kind of liked her verse.
I did too. It was really fun. It was really cute. Um, one of my favorites of the group, her and actually the Saphira. We'll get to her in a minute. Up
Yes,
next is Q.
Q struggled.
I gotta give her props though. She knew the choreography.
Yeah, yeah,
I'll give now.
especially
Was
since she
she
was struggling
struggling
so
doing
hard.
it?
Huh?
Was she struggling through it? Yeah,
Yes,
but she knew it.
but she knew it.
And her face looked like she was a scared toddler the whole time. She's like, "Cause you're a star, baby." I'm like, "Girl, tell your face to calm down."
Facts.
I know this is not your comfort zone. And apparently,
Nope.
she made that like the day of this outfit here. And
It
I'm,
looks like it.
and I'm like, well, look at her because that's better than what I could do.
Well, facts. Facts.
Ooh, but like I said, if I ever were to walk through them doors, I'm coming in prepared. I'm gonna know how to sew. I'm gonna
Mm,
have my character down.
mm,
But yes, it was rough. But I'll give her props. She knew the choreography.
yes.
Up next is Mother Saphira Cristal. She had my favorite verse in this song,
Mm-hmm.
and I love the little body roll that she did at the beginning of it. I'm like, okay.
Roko, yes.
I was just it was all good. What did you think of Saphira here?
I loved her. She had probably the best verse in the whole little group there.
Yeah, in this group, yes, I will say in
Yes, in
this
this
group,
group.
this group,
In this group.
this group.
This group.
Up next is Dawn. Dawn was so cute, so
She
fun.
was. She was so
I
fun.
really enjoyed this. It was such a good job, such a good job.
Yes. I like to see them have fun.
Yes.
Because it kind of ran the gambit from overconfident, just confident enough, to I'm just here to have fun, to I am scared shitless.
Now I'm gonna be honest. Overall, the group performance as a whole, it was okay.
Mm-hmm.
This was my least favorite group of the night. I'm
Yeah.
gonna say it, and you know I judge by like if I was judging, I judge by teams. So I think this
Right.
gives you a big hint
Yeah.
on how I would have judged this episode because like
Right.
none of them did well. Q did bad, but the others didn't. Do Q was the clear. Like even if you judge it individually, Q was the clear bottom. Everybody else is kind of like, well, who do you put there?
Exactly.
Because honestly, this could have been a top two episode, in my opinion. If they wanted to
Mm-hmm.
play that role, this could have been like a top two episode. But we're still early in the season, and we're 5 episodes in, and this is just the third queen going home. No, we need people to go into the house.
Right.
So we'll save the top two episode for a little bit later. A little bit later.
Exactly.
We need to get a couple more queens out the door. Out the door.
Yeah.
Then we be like, okay, this week we'll do the top two. Nobody goes home. Yay!
Yeah.
But yeah, I will say this out of the groups was my least favorite group. But they still did good. I don't
Mm-hmm.
want to say that I just
Yes.
hated what they did.
No.
So up next, Courage to Love by the Lover Girls.
Lover
The
girls.
Lover Girls. First was
Mm-hmm.
Plasma, and I gotta give Miss Plasma her props here. I
Yes.
was like, okay, ma'am, you were a little stiff in the movements, but I think that's you're not fully. I
I
don't.
don't think she's a pop diva.
Yeah, she's not a pop diva, and on top of that, you know, she comes from the world of the theater, but I'm not sure if she
Exactly.
performs in the full gig. You know what I'm saying? So
Right.
dancing with the pads and the heels and the makeup can be a lot, but I still think she did an
Mm-hmm.
amazing. I love this wig.
That wig is Fire.
This wig, I took a screenshot of it and I have it saved in a certain folder. But I love this wig. I will be coming back to this wig one day. One day. But I have it saved for whenever that day comes. I love it. I just need it in orange.
Yes.
You hear me? I just need it in orange.
We just need the money to invest in human hair wigs.
Whew. My God. But yeah, Plasma, you did an amazing job. Up next is a mandatory meeting. Now, watching her in this performance, I didn't notice her padding.
I didn't either.
It wasn't until the critique. And I was like,
And then they
oh.
pinpointed it, and I was like, oh.
Oh, because I didn't notice it. I didn't.
No. The only thing that bothered me about Amanda's performance was literally just the really flat wig.
That wig was her inner saboteur. It would not let her be great. She kept having to get it out her face. I'm like, honey, was there not one time where you rehearsed with that wig on? Because I would have been, in the workroom as soon as I put on the wig, going through the choreography. Oh, nope, can't do this wig. Give me that one.
Mm-hmm.
Give me that one because
I think that was a shake and go.
And it was shaking and going, okay?
It was shaking and going.
It was shaking and going. But her performance, amazing. Her verse,
I love those boots. I have 3 pair of shoes that look almost like that. I love those boots.
I loved her verse. I loved her performance.
She did a really great job.
Really great job. I'm so confused on her placement.
About why she was in the bottom other than her runway.
When somebody else could have been there because their runway was worse. But we'll get there. Up next is Tsunami. She did a decent job. She did good. She looked good. She did good. What did you think?
I loved her performance. Mm-hmm. In my opinion, I loved it. It was cheeky and fun and just glam enough. And I don't know how she did that in them heels either. And look, and me and my little Delulu self was like, my big old saggy titties couldn't fit behind that flower and look good.
Hey, we can make it work. If there's a will, there's a way. Okay?
Look, instead of taping my face back, I'd be taping my titties up.
Hey, they got the tape for it, honey. We can make it work. We can make it work.
Why don't people use that to tuck with?
I have no idea.
That seems to me like that would be a little bit more.
Maybe they do. Less, we just don't know.
Who knows? Maybe it's just not strong enough. But I would put that down first. And then I would put the duct tape on top because I can understand the appeal of the duct tape. But just something that's against that. But I guess that's what tucking panties are for. Anyways, I digress.
Up next, we have Plain Jane.
I love the outfit.
Her dancing was not the best.
No.
But she did a really good job in the performance.
Yeah, like if I separate her from her personality, like this was great.
Oh, I don't separate people from their personalities. I don't. But I will give props.
Which is the only reason I didn't like it.
Yeah. I'm finna say, but I give props where props is due, and she did a great job here. I'm not delusional. I'm not a mean person. Like, just because I'm not your biggest fan doesn't mean I'm not gonna give you your good scores when you did good.
Right.
And she did a good. She had my favorite verse in this group.
Mm-hmm.
Like, and then I just love her outfit. I do.
Yes, the outfit is pop starring-ish.
Yeah, it checks all my boxes. It do. It do.
Look, and she knows how to pad.
Her proportions are always correct, and I appreciate that. That. But overall, this was my second favorite group of the week. They all did a really good job.
That's enough. Moving on.
So let's get to the ASMR. Let's get to ASMR.
I love this name
by Thick and Stick.
I love this name, Thick and Stick, because you got 3 thickums and one little stick.
I love it. I love it.
Look, compared to the rehearsal, because the rehearsal was like, oh.
Baby, they threw a swerve on us, because the whole episode, I'm sitting there, I'm like, ooh.
Ooh.
Baby, 2 of them going to be lip syncing. I don't know which 2. but
Right.
it's not going to come together. But
Now,
baby, that music,
here's the
that
thing, because I saw the performances on TikTok before I watched the episode.
yeah.
So I already had a favorite in mind, but I tried to come into watching the episode not thinking about that and was just watching just to watch. And like that rehearsal, I was like, "Ooh, now I know why people were saying what they were saying." And dang, that looked a little rough, but they pulled it out in the end. This was my
And like
favorite freaking
like
performance.
this is probably like top 5 girl group challenge like ever.
Yes,
Like
yes. Like if we do that category at the end of the year,
they did that. Honestly, remind me. I'll put it down. This
they did the thug thizzle with this
and
one.
right off the jump, Maya's like, "Oh, let me just do this little front flip real quick." Boom.
Okay, boom.
And I love in Maya's verse when they went,
You got me feeling delicate. And you know me, I don't ever quote lines from these things ever, ever, ever. I see you like got me feeling delicate, just and then my favorite line from Geneva Carr was like, and I'll run you over. I was like, yeah. I said I want to make that a t-shirt so bad.
but yeah, in her verse, in Maya's verse in particular, like when the queens walked up, and was like,
Maya,
I was
Maya,
like, come
yes,
through. And like
I'm
as you
really
see, I got
sorry.
multiple screenshots. Then the backflip. Then Geneva Carr came up. And I will say this, out of all the groups, they looked like a group the most.
Exactly.
They all had on yellow and black. I love
Exactly.
how they, accommodated for Nymphia. But I imagine Nymphia has, because we've seen her runway, she has things that are not yellow. So I imagine
Right.
she could have pulled something else out. But with her saying, vote yellow in her song, it makes sense why
Right.
she wore
But
yellow. But Geneva,
but at
back to
the same
Geneva.
time, like it looks so good, it went so good with the song.
It
And
did.
then like I love how Nymphia was just like, oh, I don't know how to dance very well. And it was like, I used to be in a K-pop group.
I forget which queen said, I think it was Saphira
It
who was
was
like,
cute.
"Oh, so she hides all her talents
It was
until
so
it's time."
fair. It was like, oh, she's one of those queens. She hides all her talent.
I would do that too, though. I'm not gonna
I
come in
would
and let you
too.
know everything I can do.
Exactly.
Just know when they say action.
You gonna get action. Look, everybody read the Willow Pill chapter from chapter 1 to chapter 23 and was like, oh, so this is how you win. Bet.
But yeah, Geneva Carr did a really good job. Oh, and this little shot right here where they did the choreography and they went whoop. I was like,
Woof. Look, and I love that they went in opposite directions, but it was
yes,
on purpose.
yes. Like it just.
It gave me so much life. And they were constantly moving but it didn't feel busy. It
No,
was
but
purposeful
Maya was
movement.
saying this during the choreography. She's like, "I'm gonna keep it cute and simple," and we've seen it before. Cute and simple. That's all RuPaul wants. RuPaul
Right.
doesn't want the house down boots. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Now, if you could
But
do
it was
that,
cute.
cool.
It
Like
was
Maya, she
simple.
did it right at
There
the
was
jump, but that was just
there
during
was
her portion.
exactly. And there was movement, there was energy that they kept up through the whole thing. There was not a lot of like down parts and none of it. And like one came out flipping and dipping and ripping, the other one came out kicking, the other one was just like ha 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 ha. And then here you go with Nymphia talking about
And like I love like after watching this, my mind automatically went to Norbit. Oh, you want to see a bitch go down the slide? I'm like, oh, you want to see a big bitch do some choreography? Bet. Boom.
bet.
Baby, don't play with us.
Boom.
Don't play with us. And I loved every second of it. I did. Megami,
Yeah.
like it's hard for me to pick a favorite verse in this song.
Because everybody just did so
Everyone did
good.
so fucking good. And
And like everybody has some type of quotable line in theirs.
yes. And it was just and she did so much to help this group. I was just like, I love it. And then getting to
And
Nymphia.
they were such a group because it wasn't just like one person could do this or one person could do that. Like, okay,
They were
Maya
in
was like,
unison.
okay, exactly. Maya was like, okay, I'll do the choreography. But then when there was a weakness that Nymphia saw, Nymphia kind of stepped up and was like, hey, so I think maybe we should do this. And Maya stopped and she listened. She in her head about it. She wasn't being mean about it. Like they all stopped, they all listened, they all came together, and it was the absolute. Can you tell which one was our favorite?
And then I get on Twitter after the episode, and Geneva stated how she had to basically write Nymphia's verse.
Right.
Nymphia had 4 things written on a piece of paper, and Geneva wrote a whole verse based off of that.
Look,
And I'm like, if
that's
that's not a
talent
team
right there.
player, if that's not a team player. And then she said she also helped Geneva Carr like edit hers. Like I guess she had too much going on, so she helped
Mm-hmm.
her edit her verse. Now she didn't say anything about Maya's verse, so I guess Maya had it down.
Right.
She said she helped with the choreography. She was the one, I believe she said she's the one who came up with the idea of all wearing like yellow and black, or making sure there's some sort of accessories to tie them all
Mm-hmm.
together.
Right.
Like I was like, you come on, Megami, like you show them. Yeah, you.
Exactly. I might have got picked last, but I was the best last pick. You know, I brought some truth to save the best for last.
Call Vanessa. Call Vanessa. Because we've saved the best for last. But yeah,
Hey,
Nymphia's verse, she delivered it so well. She may not have wrote it, but she delivered it so
but
well.
she delivered it like she wrote it because I sure was like, yeah, I didn't know you had it in you. But now I
Like,
know somebody else wrote it. But look, it's all about delivery.
but it's the team as well. Like, Megami saw that she had an issue, and she's like, bet. Hold on. Where's my pen? Want me some paper?
Right,
What was your? What do you got? Okay, all right. Here you go. Because that would
right,
be me. If we're in a team project, I'm always in my mind, because that's the way I look at it. I always feel like we're going to be judged as a team. So I want all of us to look great. So, like in this case, they were judged. Well, they were kind of judged as teams, but then they weren't at the end. But anyway, um, I want us all to look good for that reason alone. Because if we are judged in teams, you could stop
mm-hmm,
me from getting a win because you were bad.
right,
So if your verse ain't all that, honey, that's okay. Hold on, try this. Ain't nobody bam 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 bam. You know.
right. I mean, and at the end, it still felt like Nymphia.
Yeah,
It didn't feel like anybody else.
yeah. Because she understood who Nymphia was and was like, "I got you, boo. I got you."
Right. This is like my top 10, my absolute favorite girl group challenge outside of BAPS.
Oh, I do love a good bosom
There's,
buddy.
that's not even like a nepotism thing.
I do love it. But yeah, overall, like as you could tell just from the screenshots, this was my favorite. But there was so much. You had the screenshot for this one. So much. Like, so much
Right.
happened. So much went down. I loved every freaking second of it.
Mm-hmm.
So, it is now time for us to hit the runway. So, the category is Faster Pussycat Wig Wig. Who's ever coming up with the names this season? Give them a raise. Give them a raise.
Give them a
Because
raise.
the name of the categories are so good. Everything, every share, all at once. I still live for that one, honey.
Mm-hmm.
I still live for that one. But yes. So, if you were given Faster Pussycat Wig Wig, what would you do with this category?
Ooh, oh my gosh. Oh God. Ooh, I come out dressed like Betty Boop. But it would be like a sleek, sexy Betty Boop. Cause that is like the ultimate pussycat wig.
I had several things in my mind. The first was waiting to excel.
Bernadine.
come out like full wig. And like with the lit cigarette, like a man, like baby, I'm walking down that runway,
Ooh, in
man,
the negligee.
negligee and everything, and then right at the end, just whip it off, and there it is.
I pulled out some scissors and went, cut it, and
And
then
just rip it all off.
oh, that's genius! I love it.
That was my first thought. That was my first thought. So I would have tried to pull off that reference. If not, I probably would have made some sort of nod to Monet Exchange because she's known
She
for
does
the
a good pussycat wig.
she's known for the pussycat wig. But yeah, my first thought was waiting to Hexel, so I would have done a reference to her. So come out, real man. Probably with the gas can still in my hand, a lit cigarette. Like, oh, yeah. I would have pulled out that moment for the kids. But only, that's my biggest worry about doing a reference like that. I know, most people of color have seen Waiting to Excel. And most in my age group and your age group has seen it, so it's just like
You must like, be looking at me for you to have laughed on time.
So it's just I wonder if the younger kids would get that reference, but then again, I know RuPaul would get the reference, so
and he'd be like, yes.
Yes, I would have been coming out hot too. Came out mad. Probably a little smoke somewhere on the negligee.
You just sat there and thought about all the dumb shit Plain and said this whole season. Be like, and then walked out there just mad. Black negligee, white gown on underneath. Hair flowing in the wind with them ugly bangs.
Whoa. Not too much on them bangs. Not the bang.
The bangs.
I love the bang. I did. But let's get into these categories. Up first, we had Morphine Love Dion. I love this.
Love this.
This was so fucking good.
This was so well executed.
So well executed. And the Pussycat wig, the main thing we're looking at here, I love the pop of color. I love the cut of it. It's just, this all works. This is my favorite look that Morphine has done so far. Like, this was amazing. What else do you have for this look here?
I have nothing else to say. It was such a good look.
It really was. It really was. Moving on to Q. I thought this was really good.
I like the outfit.
I really like this outfit. I love the night jokes that they kept making while she was...
Silent night. Holy night.
I love all the night references. But yeah, this was really good. I love that finger wave. Everything was really good here for Q. Everything was really good here. Moving on to Saphira Crystal, honey. I like this look. I really did. She came out. I'm like, what is this wig? Like, I don't get it until she turned around. I'm like, oh, it's an actual pussycat. Okay. And then she took it off and gave us a little Dr. Evil.
Dr. Evil.
And I love how she even said the $200,000 in the Dr. Evil voice. Because I'm like, in this situation, I've been okay if you would have said $1 million. But I get it. You're on Drag Race. You want the $200,000. I get it.
Right.
But overall, this was a fun look for Saphira. What did you think?
I loved it. It was great. I thought the suit was white at first, and then like they changed the light, and I was like, "Oh, it's great!" And it was a good like pop culture reference.
Yeah. Again, people of a certain age would get this reference because a lot of younger people haven't seen Austin Powers. What? I was talking about the young folks, not you. I know the reference. I grew up watching the Austin Power movies. My favorite is Goldmember, and it's not just because Beyonce's in it, but it's still my favorite. Well, it was actually the first one I saw was Goldmember.
Yeah.
So I think that was more of the reason why it's my favorite. But yes. Moving on to Dawn. What did you think of Dawn's look here?
You know what? I dig it. it's a weird little aesthetic, but
Mm-hmm.
I get it. I kind of understood it like right off the jump. It didn't even bother me that she was blue.
I do not think this is the assignment.
Is it a pussycat wig? No.
No, in the back, yes, but that you're boarding that line.
Of Marvin the Martian.
Not even that. Like the look overall is, I do like it. I just don't think the wig is right. If she would have just gave like a cute little pussycat and still did the rest of this, I would have been like, cool, cute, love it. Let's move
Hmm.
on. And I hate that she
I
got
wish
that.
she just would have took the little helmet hat off
And I hate that
and
she
had a
got that
pussycat
critique from
wig on the
Michelle
wig.
saying, "Please stop. Let's see some diversity." No, if her drag persona is an elf, why would she not take off the elf ears? That don't, like, that is one thing we have picked up. Dawn is an elf.
Right.
You don't tell all these
She's
other
a fake
queens to
creature.
change up.
You leave fake creatures alone. I don't mind the ears. I don't
I
even
don't
notice them,
either.
honestly.
Like, she finds a good way to incorporate them. The only time I was like,
Exactly.
"Hey, let's try to do something else," was when you were doing a share look, because you're supposed to be doing share.
Right. But I'm
But
alright with a
everything
fake
else,
wing.
like even when she did the Aubrey Hepburn look, she had the elf aesthetic going on, and it still looked great.
Right.
I just hate that, alternative queens constantly get that critique. Oh, we need to see something else from you, but you don't tell all the girls who's giving you pageant every week that you want something different from them.
No.
But hey,
It is what it
and Dawn was
is.
quick, like, "Oh, you're gonna see it. You're gonna see it." Like, she knew that critique was coming, so she was like,
Hmm.
and it's, but honey, you don't you don't have to
Look,
call.
next week is Snatch Game. I sincerely doubt she's gonna find some way to incorporate elf ears. But
No,
even if
next
she
next
did,
week
I
is the
wouldn't
design
mind.
challenge. You're thinking of Espana. Espana next week
Oh,
is Snatch Game.
look. Well, at least you know I was paying attention.
Let's move on to Plasma. I like this
I
look.
love this.
I feel like something's too busy here.
It's the outfit being up to her neck
Like, there's
and
something,
the
like,
feathers
one
on the
thing needs to
arm,
go, and I think it's the
the
arms.
sleeves, the sleeves,
Yeah, I feel like the sleeves need to go.
the
But other than
feathers
that, I
on the
like it.
shoulders.
Yeah, other than that, I like it. All good here. All good
I
here.
think if I think if they had been sheer instead of white,
Mm-hmm.
I think it would have been all right.
Got you. Let's move on to a mandatory meeting. I will give her some props for trying to think outside the box.
Mm-hmm.
But I was confused about this myself.
Right.
Now, do I like it? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like it.
Mm.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm like, but
But it's
however,
just like, I don't,
comma.
however, comma, I don't fully understand the message behind it.
Mm-hmm.
Like, if her face was, like, if she would have painted her face as a cat
Right.
and had, like the outfit was a cat outfit, it's just a nest around the head and you see the eggs as if the cat was trying to get in there and got stuck. I feel like that would have read better.
Right. I think she just read Pussycat Wig and was like, oh, Pussycat Wig.
Oh yeah, they go after birds. I'll be a nest, and, like, I understand that as well, but it doesn't
Mm.
really translate as well as that.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But let's move on to
We
Tsunami
were rooting for
Muse.
you a mandatory.
Yeah, I still think she shouldn't have went home that night. But anyway, Tsunami Muse is next. What did you think of Miss Muse?
I love this look. I don't know what everybody's problem was that brought up her name during that question I can't stand.
Only one person brought it up, and we're gonna talk about that.
But other than that, I loved this. She gave me everything I needed to be given. I got a little Michael Jackson, a little Dionne Warwick. Like I love this. This gave me life.
Yeah, I thought this was really good. Now, it didn't give me life, but I really enjoyed this. I love the pussycat wig. Like, this all works for me. Like, it checks all the
Mm-hmm.
boxes. Really good here. Really good. Up next is Plain Jane.
That's not a pussycat wig.
Well, it is. I do think it is a pussycat wig. It's the outfit for me.
Mm.
I know it's a nod to the BDSM community. Love y'all. It's just,
Mm-hmm.
and I love that she did that, but it's just like something is just like with plasma. I feel like there's either too much or there's not enough here. And then the
Mm-hmm.
boots don't match. Like, it's just like, I
Two
don't
different
know.
flesh tones.
Yeah, I don't like it. I don't. I don't.
Hmm.
What did you think of Plain Jane's look here?
It was all right. Like I appreciate the effort because that took a lot of
Oh
effort.
yeah, that took a lot of effort there.
But I don't know. It didn't wow me.
Moving on to Geneva Carr. I really like this look. I thought it was
Mm-hmm.
cute. My only thing is, with there being so much black in this outfit, I wish the pussycat wig was like maybe purple to go with the purple in the dress, just to give a little
Oh, or
pop up
pink.
here, huh?
Pink.
Even pink, like just something to give a little bit more pop on the hair.
Right.
But yeah, she says this is a flapper inspired. I'm like, I guess you could say that.
Inspired being the operative word
Yeah,
there.
inspired is the big word here. Um, but yeah, overall, I like the look. What did you think of Geneva
I love
Carr?
this look. I thought it was sexy and mixed a bunch of different decades together. Because you get a lot of 80s day glow with some 1930s, 1920s flapper esque type movie star glam. I love the little
Oh,
stockings.
excuse me.
I think I'd have wore a different shoe. But other
The
than
shoe
that,
don't bother me, but I would have chosen a different shoe. I agree with you.
I thought it was very well executed.
Moving on to Maya Iman Lepage.
Wait.
Baby, she came out, and my first thought was, I need a hood boy. White faders and jeans, always in the trap, and he looks so clean. Hey, baby, she gave Fantasia to me coming out. I want her to do that little Fantasia walk dance thing she does.
Mm-hmm.
But overall, I really like this. My only thing is, this looks more like something you would wear for the Lollapalooza episode,
Mm-hmm.
which I already know she gonna eat them up on that episode when we get to it.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, it looks more like that. But I do like the look. I love the proportions of it. I thought it was smart to do
Mm-hmm.
the spikes on the shoulder to give more of that good silhouette. And
Yes.
I love a good thaha.
Mm-hmm. I
But
wish I could find some boots to wrap around my thighs.
what did you think of Maya's look here?
I like the look. My only critique, really, honestly, is her makeup. There's a lot of highlight. There's a lot of dark, but she is a dark queen. So I guess the best thing to do is to highlight your eyes.
Yeah, and, not a lot of brands make makeup that works for
That's
darker
Dutch.
skin tones. Yeah.
Exactly.
So I don't know because I know they have what's that place Anastasia there. I'm not sure how Anastasia is with darker skin tones. I know
Right.
Fenty has a lot of great products for darker skin tones, but I'm not sure about Anastasia Beverly Hill.
Yeah. Because everybody's kind of like on the back end of that. Because Fenty came in first, and then it was like everybody was like, "Oh, let me play catch up." And when Tarte did what Tarte did, I stopped wearing a lot of Tarte.
So moving on to Megami, I'm gonna let you go first on this one.
You know, the beat up fey creatures not my favorite. Other than that, I really like the outfit.
Okay. Um, Something's wrong with this fairy's wings. They seem to be underdeveloped. They are a little small. I'm like, I should have seen the wings from as soon as you walked up on the stage. Not when you turned to the side. That's why she got another screenshot because she turned to the side, and I'm like, oh, there's wings. Them must be them Red Bull wings, you know. Uh, it's a no for me, dog. It's a no for me, dog, and that's all I'm gonna say there.
That's fair.
Up next is Nymphia Wind, who gave this amazing reveal. Oh my goodness! Even before when she just took off the hat and you saw the pussycat, I'm like, okay, pussycat wig, okay, cool. I'll let that slide. But then she took it off to this beautiful red one. Oh, it was everything. Now she had another reveal, but I'm not sure if YouTube would have liked that reveal, so I didn't get a screenshot of it. But we do know what that other hair reveal was.
That there was some more pussycat underneath that pussycat wig.
Yes. But overall, I thought this was amazing look from Nymphia. What did you think?
Look, I'm not gonna lie. Nymphia made me a little bit of a lesbian there. She looks so sexy. So dang sexy. I was
Good.
like, look at the
She looked
legs.
good. She looked good.
And yeah, I am a stickler for legs.
My only thing is
Yeah.
that final reveal, I didn't feel like that made sense. Like, I get
The
it.
pussycat behind the pussycat wig.
Yeah, like, I
I
get
think it
it.
was
But
just
at the same
a little
time,
bit of
just
humor.
logically, like, her brain's right there. So, like, how would that, how would that work? I think that's what's bothering me more. Like, wait, no, like, no. But out of all these amazing looks, who had your favorite?
Oh, I'm gonna have to give it to Nymphia. Nymphia had my favorite.
Nymphia was really good. I'm gonna go with Morphine. Morphine Love Dion. Like she really ate that up for me this week. She really did. So we find out that before we find that out, RuPaul asked both Saphira and Plain if they wanted to use their immunities. And they both said no. Then we found out that Geneva Carr's team, which was Geneva, Maya, Megami, and Nymphia, all won this week's challenge. Do you agree with this decision?
Heck yeah.
Me too. They all did such an
110%.
amazing job, and 3 out of 4 of them have an amazing runway. So I thought this was a really good. My only issue is they have to split $5,000. Now, RuPaul, y'all know y'all had enough money to give them all $5,000 each. Stop playing with them. Y'all make millions per episode of Drag Race. Y'all could have popped out 20,000 right here. But then again, they did have to pay for Break My Soul. So they're like, listen, all of our coins went to that song, okay? Because you know it wasn't cheap. And it's a new Beyonce too. It's not like those old Beyonces they were getting. This is a new. Like, nah. But still. They won, which left the remaining 8 queens up for elimination. Now, we had one of my favorite questions of the season. Who should go home tonight? And why?
$12.50. They get $12.50 a piece.
Oh yeah, I did that math. I forgot to mention that. I'm sorry. So we'll start off with Saphira. She's the first one down here. She said Amanda. Morphine also said Amanda. Q said Amanda and Tsunami Muse, which I'm like, whoa, why did Tsunami get astray there? Like, hold your mule.
Just because you don't think they've made an impression, don't mean that the rest of the audience thinks they haven't made an
Yeah,
impression.
because I've enjoyed what she's done so far. But then we had Don, who said Q. And then we had Plasma, who said Q.
Hmm.
Then we had Mandatory Meeting, who said Megami. I'm sorry. She said Q. I was misreading my notes. Amanda said Q, Tsunami said Q, and then Plain Jane said Amanda as well. Which I'm shocked Amanda didn't say Plain Jane. Because I would have. I would have pulled a Tatiana and said, I think Plain Jane should go home because she's being an absolute complete bitch. Thank you.
Thank you.
Man, that's what I would have hit. That's what I would have hit her with. I would have another callback to season 2. I would have done that because my God. But she was like,
Mm.
I guess she was being fair, and like I
Oh
get
man, wait a minute.
what
Because
happened.
now that I'm thinking about it, I'm like, if I was gonna do Pussycat Wig, I'd have did the same parts.
Uh, Not you coming back after I said Tatiana wasn't even on your mind.
It really wasn't, but now that I'm thinking about it, I'm like, makes sense.
I'm sick. I'm sick of it. I'm sick of all of it.
You love me.
But yeah, it was just weird, and I understood why they said Q, based off of tonight's critiques.
Mm-hmm.
But at the same time, I'm like, but Q's been doing so good. You know, I look at track record. I'm like, Q's been doing so good the whole time. But she did, like, out of everyone up here, it was clear Q was in the bottom.
Right.
The others, we were like, maybe,
Maybe. Mm,
okay.
our guess.
Yeah. But we find out that the bottom 2 is Q and a mandatory meeting. Do you agree with this decision?
I don't know about a mandatory meeting.
You know me, I judge in teams. Amanda's team would have been safe, which means either Saphira, Morphine, or Dawn would have had to been next to Q.
In which case it
And
would have been Dawn.
in this case, it would have been Dawn. It would have been Dawn. I would have hated. I would have hated putting Dawn there. I would have. But you know,
Mm-hmm.
I think this when you do team challenges, you should be judged as a team. One person sinks, you all sink.
Mm.
And then Saphira gonna be sitting there, and I'm like, honey, you should have used your immunity, honey. You wouldn't be sitting here.
Mm.
But hey, yeah, I would have had Dawn in this spot. Oh, and I hate saying that. I would have had Dawn here. And even with this lip sync, I still think Dawn would have beat her. But we'll continue. We lip
Right.
synced to "Emergency" by Akana Pop. Never heard the song before. I was kind of hoping they would reuse "I Love It," but that's okay. Um, what did you think of the lip sync, and why did you think Amanda Tory Meeting won it?
Because she gave more than Q did.
Q was wailing.
There.
Q was all over the place. Q is the definition of no rhythm, and I hate to say that because I like Q, but it's just like and like you can see it in her face. She looks uncomfortable when
Right.
she's
Like,
lip syncing.
I don't
Because you saw
think
it
she
earlier,
expected
and
to
you
have
see
to
it
lip sync.
again in this lip sync. She looks uncomfortable when she's performing.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, I think she would be all right if she would just tell her face to quit.
To relax.
Yeah, yeah, and like, why are you on the floor, man? Like I truly thought Amanda won this, and I was sitting there and I'm like, damn, Q's gonna go home this early. But you know, we've seen
Mm.
it before where you know someone does really good then get chopped real early, and I'm like, dang. And I'm sitting there, I'm like, I really wanted to see what Q was gonna bring this season because I'm like, oh, I bet she would did great here, great there. Well, I guess RuPaul thought that too because she said, Q, Shantae, you stay.
Mm.
And I'm sitting there and
Where?
I'm like, oh, this is gonna be the double save of the season. Okay, we gonna double save this. It's okay. Nope.
Nope.
Amanda went home to the house.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, oh, okay. So they danced. They need a little bit more love in this life. And we see next week they will be doing a design challenge where not only will they have to create an outfit for them, they're going to create an outfit for their little doll too.
Hmm.
So I'm excited. Law Roach is gonna be there. And somebody's giving it from here up Glamour Queen, but from the neck down Horror Queen. Whoo! Matter of fact, Rue might have sent home Amanda knowing Law was coming next week. She's like, listen, baby,
Mm.
I'm finna save you from Law because he'll eat you up.
Ooh.
He gonna eat you up. So let me go ahead and send you to the house.
Mm.
Go on back to the hotel. Now, you don't even gotta meet Law Roach. Go on to the house. Go. But that is our episode. I say we go ahead and wrap things up here. Krisha, where can they find you on social media?
You can find me at Cresha McGill. That's CRESHAMCGILL on all social media.
And you can find me in the club, pocket full of bud, my mind. But if I'm not there, you can find me on all social media platforms at Simply Desmond. That's SIMPLYDESMOND. Thank you so much for spending a piece of your day with us. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And we'll see you tomorrow. Bye.